Since 2018, the Atlanta Braves have only had one season where they posted below 90 wins, excluding the shortened 2020 season, where if they played a full season and won at the same rate that they did, they would have ended with 94 wins. In that one and only season of winning less than 90 games in 2021, the Braves ended up going on a great postseason run and winning their first World Series since 1995. I think it's safe to say the Braves have established themselves as a powerhouse in Major League Baseball and especially out in the NL East, as they have won their division in 5 straight seasons. But how did they start this immaculate run? As before 2018, the Braves had only won the division once since 2006. The first move I would point out is bringing in manager Brian Snitker in 2017. Snitker wouldn't have a great first season in Atlanta as they only won 72 games, finishing third in the division and 25 games out from first. In that following November, the front office would see some changes as they brought in new general manager Alex Anthopoulos. Anthopoulos wouldn't make any big changes to the core of the roster except for sending out an aging Matt Kemp to the LA Dodgers for Adrian Gonzalez and some prospects, but would then release Adrian Gonzalez the following month. In 2018, the Braves would finish with 90 wins and start the reign over the NL East and find themselves in the playoffs for the first time since 2013, but they would get bounced in the NLDS by the Dodgers in 4 games. You may be thinking, if the Braves made very little moves other than a new manager, how did they improve so much? Well, other than Snitker's great job as manager, I put a lot of success of this season on the 2 pivotal rookies, Ozzie Albies and Ronald Acuna Jr. These 2 had great seasons as Albies posted a 101 OPS plus and 4.1 R-WAR and was an all-star, while Acuna posted a 143 OPS plus along with 3.9 R-WAR and took home NL Rookie of the Year. I don't want to give all the credit to them, as Freddie Freeman also had a great season, posting a team-leading 5.3 R-WAR, and they had the 7th best pitching staff by ERA as well. In the offseason, the Braves would do very minimal stuff, as their most notable moves were bringing in Josh Donaldson and Brian McCann on 1-year deals. 2019 would be an even better season for the Braves, as they would win 97 games behind a great core of guys, which included 110 OPS pluses from Ozzie Albies, Ronald Acuna, Josh Donaldson, and Freddie Freeman. And they had the 6th best pitching staff by ERA+. Even though they had a spectacular season, they would lose in the NLDS in 5 games to the St. Louis Cardinals. Despite the huge success during the 2019 season, the Braves would also make some huge deals to keep Ozzie Albies and Ronald Acuna Jr. around on long-term deals. The 2019 offseason would be one that was a little more jam-packed with action as the Braves started making more noise in free agency by bringing in Will Smith, Travis d'Arnaud, Chris Martin, Darren O'Day, and Marcell Ozuna. The 2020 season would of course only be 60 games, but the Braves still had a good season, finishing top in the NL East with a record of 35-25. But they would run into what seemed to be their kryptonite in the Los Angeles Dodgers, who beat them once again, this time in the NLCS in 7 games. In the 2020 offseason, the Braves would make few notable moves once again, other than signing manager Brian Snitker to a new contract and bringing back Marcell Ozuna on a 4-year deal. The 2021 Braves didn't start very hot, as they had a record of 43-44 as they went into a game versus the Miami Marlins on July 10th, but in that game, Ronald Acuna Jr. would tear his ACL and be ruled out for the season. Along with the injury to Marcell Ozuna, this would prompt the team to bring in outfielders Joc Pederson, Jorge Soler, Eddie Rosario, and Adam Duvall. These guys would play massive roles on the team, and the Braves would finish the second half strong and end the season with 88 wins and win the NL East once again. They then would have a spectacular postseason run and win their first World Series since 1995 behind their outfield acquisitions, including World Series MVP Jorge Soler and their fantastic bullpen. In the offseason, the huge looming question over the franchise was Freddie Freeman. Freeman had been a staple of the Braves for over a decade, and with how good he had been, he was going to require a big contract, but it seemed like both sides wanted to keep him in Atlanta. But eventually, Freeman would end up signing with the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Braves would end up moving on and trading for Oakland Athletics first baseman Matt Olson. The Braves would finish the offseason by adding Dodgers closer Kenley Jansen. Despite how good the Braves have been in prior seasons, the 2022 Braves were the pinnacle of all the teams I've talked about so far in this video. They won 101 games behind an offense that had 9 players post above 100 OPS pluses, including Austin Riley with his best season yet with a 140 OPS plus, and NL Rookie of the Year and new Braves prodigy Michael Harris, who had a 133 OPS plus while playing amazing defense in center. That certainly wasn't where this team stopped though, as they also had the 3rd best pitching staff by ERA plus with a team 121 ERA plus, featuring their new big 3 of starting pitchers in Max Fried, Kyle Wright, and Spencer Strider. Along with this, their bullpen was the 2nd best in the league and had 9 arms that had above 100 ERA pluses. This team was easily one of the best and hottest in baseball after making a huge comeback to catch up to the Mets and win the NL East once again, and they finished with the second best record in the NL, but they would run into a team that would steal all of their thunder in the division rivaled Philadelphia Phillies. They went into the offseason and made yet another deal with the Oakland Athletics by grabbing key catcher Sean Murphy in a 3-team trade with the Athletics and the Brewers. This would be their biggest move of the offseason, but an underrated move was keeping Brian Snitker around even longer and giving him another contract through 2025. Finally, we arrived to the current 2023 Atlanta Braves, who look like the best Braves team so far. This offense is currently one of the best in baseball as they have a 121 team OPS plus, and they have 11 players posting above 100 OPS pluses, and that could be 12 soon, as Michael Harris has a 98 OPS plus and he currently is very hot, and just came off a month where he was top 10 in average in the MLB for the month of June. The offense isn't all though, and you can't disrespect this pitching staff as they are top in the league with a 125 ERA plus, but you can't talk about the Atlanta Braves without bringing up Ronald Acuna Jr. Acuna is coming off his worst season in the majors in 2022, but has completely bounced back and is currently having his best season, posting a 164 OPS plus, which leads the league along with leading the league in slugging percentage, OPS, total bases, stolen bases, and runs scored. He's easily the NL MVP as of now, and he's making a serious case for the second best player in MLB behind Shohei Ohtani. Ronald Acuna Jr. is the headliner of a possible historic team as they currently have 59 wins and are on pace for 110 wins, but who knows, with how hot this team is, I could easily see them making a run and breaking the record of 116 wins. This team is just an excellently ran team from the front office, which I think might be the best in baseball, to the coaches and players that produce the product on the field. This team is truly perfection on the baseball diamond right now. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.